recently ordered this Christian Standard Bible large print personal size reference Bible in this color, navy leather touch. And I have to say I am really impressed with this color scheme and the overall look of this Bible. I will show you the ISBN on the back of this slip cover here. It says it retails for $29.99. You can get this probably between $20 and $30. And this shows you the features if you want to pause and read the back of the box here. Feel free to read all of that. The CSB translation, I have done videos on this translation. It is a wonderful translation. It's really good because I just think it's a great balance. It is pretty literal, but it's also a little bit more dynamic and contemporary than something like the ESV. So it's a really good complement to the ESV or the New King James. So I just really like having this translation. And this personal size Bible is a really good size. It is the large print personal size. And as I told you, the color scheme on this I thought was just really impressive. It's called navy leather touch. But one thing that's really interesting is that design on the front there that frames the outside there. I just think that looks really unique and nice. And on the side here, you see some of those designs. Also, on the side here with the gold, it has a little bit of a red hue to it. And some of the CSB Bibles do, depending on the color scheme. And this is one of those. It also has a really nice gold angle cut ribbon. Looks like it has a sheen on both sides there. The head and tail bands, I think they're just black. But the overall color scheme and look of this Bible, perimeter stitching there, is really nice for the price. It's leather touch, so it has a little bit of a leather look and feel to it, but it is a synthetic cover. But I think that just looks wonderful. The inside construction here is a paste down liner on this one, a paper paste down. You've got cardstock here, and then you get into the Bible itself. It does actually have a presentation page. And this copyright page here has really good information. The CSB was an update of the HCSB in 2017. And you can see here that they have a lot of different covers to choose from for this large print personal size edition. And the interior of this is designed and typeset using Bible serif created by 2K Denmark. So you will see the font on this Bible, as with all of the CSBs now, it's just really wonderful. Here are the books of the Bible, Introduction to the Christian Standard Bible, and then we get into the Old Testament. The paper on here, as you can see, really for a inexpensive Bible is not bad. It doesn't have a lot of show through, and it is line matched. Also Smyth-sewn. So this is a really quite well constructed Bible. That font is an 11.25. 2-column format, paragraph format. It also actually does have references after the paragraphs there, which is a great place to put those references, in my opinion. I know a lot of Bibles are going to either the very bottom or the right-hand corner on the bottom and just putting all the references there. But I find it's a little harder to find those references. It can be a little bit overwhelming looking at a big group of references. So I really actually like this format. If you're not going to have center column, I think this might be my second choice for where to put the references. As you can see though, this font is nice and large. It really is what you would call a large print. Some Bibles say large print, but it's not very large. This is a decent size font. It's really getting into a larger print. It also has these nice headings here throughout the text. The chapters are clearly marked. The verses are pretty easy to pick out. You can see the verse numbers there, and then it does have footnotes on the bottom. It has poetic setting for poetry. There you see more of the poetry in the book of Psalms. So we get to the end of the prophets in the Old Testament, and then we're going into the New Testament. You have a title page for the New Testament. And then in the book of Matthew here, you will see it is a red letter text for the words of Christ. Now this is probably the weakest point of this Bible. Overall, this print is pretty nice, clear, and crisp to read in the black print. The red print in the book of Matthew is okay, but when you get more into the book of Luke, I noticed, there's some places where, in my opinion, it just seems like this red print is a little bit faded. So Matthew's better, Luke a little bit faded in some places from what I've seen. That's something that could be improved on. Make sure that red print is nice and dark and bold. So you can still read this, but you want to be in good lighting to read that red print. But other than that, I think the printing is very easy to read. And getting to the end of the Bible here after Revelation, you have this a lot in the CSB Bibles, a where to turn section, which is really handy. Gives you topics to look up in the Bible to help you navigate and cover certain things that you might want to study. Table of weights and measures. A topical concordance, so you can actually study certain topics. And after that topical concordance, you have the maps, and these are on cardstock, non-glossy cardstock. Really nice, clearly printed, bright colors. Not everybody agrees on how maps should look, but I think these look really good, and most important thing, they're nice and useful. So overall, you're looking here at a Bible that looks wonderful, but is also very nice in its features, in its printing, wonderful for study, wonderful for carrying around. It's only a little over 8.5 inches by a little over 5.5 inches and a little less than 1.5 inches. Now this is called a personal size, and I would just call it kind of a little less than regular size Bible. So it's not small, but it's not big. You can hold it in your hand. Some personal size Bibles, actually I have a personal size Bible CSB that's not large print. And I'll show you the size comparison here. You can see this personal size is really quite small, actually. And so this one is less than an inch thick, and height and width obviously quite a bit smaller than the large print. But the difference is when you get inside the Bible here and you look at the printing difference there, you can see this is over 11-point font. This is less than 8-point font. I think it's a 7.5 font. Now this serif font that they use is still really readable, even at a smaller size. But if you have eye problems, you're going to want a bigger size like this. But this one here is nice and really small and compact, maybe too small for some people. So this personal size large print, I think, is just a good kind of a mid-size, a little bit on the small side, but still not too small of a Bible. This is the large print personal size reference Bible in the navy leather touch. Thank you so much for taking a look at this Bible with me from a fresh perspective.